Hey guys, so this is something that's been on my mind for a while now, but I've always been too scared to say it. But before we get into that, I'm going to say and tell you guys about this. So, if you guys don't know, on my old channel, I made a video exposing a predator I was interacting with about 2.5 years ago. So if you'd like to go and support me and hear my story, I'll link that below because I didn't tell you guys what I was doing. Or if you want to go and leave a little hate comment, go ahead and do it. Because I don't look at that channel because it's associated with bad memories and all that stuff. And we don't need that in 2020, guys. We don't need that. So I'm a bit scared to make this video today because I get a lot of backlash because of certain people and certain situations. But I'm ultra scared of this one because I'll probably get hate from that side still, even though I probably shouldn't be mentioning my hate, but at this point we already got all those haters in the comments, so but anyway, I feel like I'm gonna get hate from the side of people that actually like me. Shocker, people actually like my content. People like me as a person. They don't see me as evil. But anyways, this has just been on my mind for a while, and this video is about Eugenia Cooney. And as you guys all know, I'm a big, huge fan of Eugenia. I show up in all her live streams. Well, not so much anymore. I've kind of slowed down a bit. But there's a time where I showed up to every single one, and I would spam the chat with like ridiculous, memey, almost troll-like behavior. It wasn't bad trolling. It was nice, but I was still trolling. But anyways, and Eugenia would remember my name every time I went to the stream. She'd be like, "Oh hey, yeah, haha," Eugenia. We guys know how Eugenia talks. But this has been on my mind for a few months now. A bit scared to speak out, but leave a dislike down below. I'd love that so much. But anyway, so we all know that Eugenia, about a year ago from now, and went to an eating disorder rehab, and she said she was working with her doctor privately. And when I saw that tweet, I got so happy because even though online I never really said much because I thought maybe it was wrong to do because I didn't want to pressure her, I didn't want to seem like a hater. Some people actually did see me as an enabler. I didn't mean to enable her, but yeah. Anyways, so I was so happy about that because after the Kyrie Kingdom Hearts cosplay, it was like, oh my god, something needs to be done now. I still didn't say anything because I was just like this awkward shy bean, but when she went and got treatment, I was like, yes, yes. And I was thinking she was gonna leave the internet for like a year, at least a year, well, not long, not 6 months, a year, 2 months, maybe, not 2 months, 2 years. I don't know how to speak, guys, but what's new? What's new? And she came back in like 6 months. And when I saw the Shane video, I was like amazed. I was like, oh my god, Eugenia's telling her story. This is so inspiring and so great. And I was so happy that she was finally going to have her beautiful recovery story and she's going to come back and make so much improvements. And then she's not going to leave all of us. I know that's messed up to say, but that was my thought process. Like, oh my god, she's back. And then all the Jacqueline stuff came out, and that made me feel really worried. But I still had hope in Eugenia. Like, okay, she's starting this recovery. Bad things happened. She didn't start it with her will, maybe, but she's in this recovery now. She was talking about food and videos and streams. She had a clip where she was going to make herself her breakfast and her morning routine. She didn't eat on camera because obviously, how is she going to be ready for that? And I don't want her to do that because it could be triggering or harmful. But yeah, she showed that she was getting her breakfast of yogurt and all that, and I don't remember her juice to drink. Was it apple juice? I think it was apple juice, but I don't remember. And it was like, that is so, so cool. And something else. And on stream, she was being like, no, I'm not going to show my outfit. I'm not gonna do any outfit videos because I just don't think it's right. And I'm like, okay, she's doing steps to not to trigger herself. I'm still really worried that she came back early because I still was. I was still like, maybe this is too soon. Like maybe Eugenia shouldn't have came back yet. Like I'm scared because the trolls, or like maybe there's gonna be pressure on her. And I think now I'm gonna say it. She's relapsed, and the reason I say that is she. I don't want to be triggering to her if she ever sees this. It's my biggest fear, but she's gone. She's slowly going back to how she was in the Kyrie video. She's not as bad as she was in the Kyrie video. But how do I say this? I need to say this gently. Because I know what I want to say, but I don't want to say it in a triggering way. Because I know how this disorder works. And if I say she looked healthier there or that healthier, it's just going to be triggering. But you guys know what I mean. Like, she went from almost smiling and glowing almost, and more. I don't want to say this word because I don't want to trigger her. That's the last thing I'd ever want to do. But well, let me think of how to say this. Sorry, guys. It's probably like so boring to watch. You're like, just say it already. Magic keys. Just say it. You want to say it. Because I know how all your haters work and stuff like that. But um, she's just not doing as well. And in streams, she's showing her outfit again, and she's avoiding the subject more. And then in that Katie Morton video that happened, she said she does not have a therapist. And with this disorder, you need proper follow up care. Like, it's an essential. Sure, going to an inpatient's good, but you still need support outside of the inpatient, and she should be in some kind of intensive outpatient. She should have been an inpatient for longer. She should at least have a therapist she sees every week, like something. And she says she doesn't even see one, but she messages this lady from the in treatment, but she doesn't have a therapist right now. And when she came back, she's like, yeah, I have a therapist and all that. Because I did ask her, like, do you have a therapist? Like, what happens when you go to Connecticut or come back to California? Like, how's that work? And she says, yeah, I have a really good therapist and stuff like that. And it was like, okay, yeah, good. Sorry, I can't speak. But it just seems to me, and it's been becoming more clear because I've been kind of almost in denial. Like, she's still trying, she's still getting better. She didn't relapse, but it's hard to just keep denying like what's going on with her. And I hope she realizes she needs to go back to an inpatient or she needs to see a therapist again. And it's also scary because I feel like if you're recovered, she should be able to see Jacqueline and Nicole as good people. Like, she should be thanking them for saving her life, or at least trying to save her life, or like even if she did like was going to go out and get help, like, hey, at least they cared and they wanted me in a place. But all she can do is say mean things about them. Not that she's ever like mean, but just very hateful at them and stuff. And I don't want to say much about her mom. I will just say I believe Jacqueline. I don't know how much of the truth Jacqueline is, if there's like any exaggeration, but I do believe there's something weird going on with the mom. I don't want to speculate or anything, but that's just how I feel about things and all of that. Sorry guys, I'm talking really stupidly right now. But yeah. And I feel like I feel like she's going backwards, back to a darker place. And all anyone's doing is being like, wow, you're such a recovery queen, Eugenia. You're such a great recovery. Like, your recovery's great. And I feel like she keeps acting like all this recovery was in the past. And the thing is, you never stop recovering. I don't believe in a recovered when it comes to an eating disorder. Sure, I'm at a great place with mine, but I'll never sit here and say that I'm fully recovered, although I do sometimes, but you still always have a piece of that mindset. Now, for some, it could be more, there's more to that mindset, and some it's like less noticeable and stuff like that when you're like more at a point of recovered. But she keeps talking like she's not in a problem anymore, and she it just concerns me when she's like, yeah, I didn't have many effects from it. Like I was really lucky and I was like just always naturally skinny and stuff like that. Like she still says stuff like that, and it's like I feel like Eugenia's been in an eating disorder ever since she was a teenager. Like not even before she made like not even when she made videos. I think she's always had an eating disorder. I don't know if it's always been as extreme, but I think she's always had one from like teenage years. Because bullying and if the stuff that Jacqueline said has any truth to it and stress or whatever. And her wanting to be a model, like her modeling probably really affected that too, because she used to be a model, so they probably had her on some diet plan or they wanted her to be a certain weight for the modeling, and then she just kept going with it, maybe. I don't want to speculate, even though I'm speculating. Oh my gosh. But, anyways, what was I even trying to say? Oh my god. Um, for someone who's been in an eating disorder for probably like 10 years, a month of treatment and some therapy for a few months before stopping, it's not enough to get better. Or not enough support. And I was in an eating disorder for like 3 years, so it wasn't as long, it wasn't as severe. Some people like to hate on me and say that I faked my eating disorder and that I never had one, but to those people, you're a lot. That's not true. Like, that's not what happened, and you don't know my experiences. But anyways, I had an eating disorder for 3 years. I'm recovered now, and it's mostly gone from me. Of course, there's always still pieces from it, but it's real. Okay, stop. I'm gonna get hate from this video. I already know it. Leave a dislike. But anyways, it's not enough to just spend a month in the hospital or in an inpatient and then just boom, you're better. And I feel like even if Eugenia really tried hard, coming back to the internet was too much stress and pressure, especially with the Jacqueline stuff. Like I know Jacqueline had good intentions, but I feel like all of the pressure from that or that happening, it could have also had a setback. And some people are like, well, her like, how do I say this? You know how we all know how her face was fuller. I'm using triggering language. This is hard to explain, but she's lost that. So people were like, well, it's because the bloating stopped. But from what I've heard, the bloating does not stop as quickly as that, and plus it just doesn't seem like, oh, it's just the bloating like going away and stuff like that. And I feel like if Eugenia was recovered, there's still other signs like the body checking, the denying again, the Katie Morton videos. Like Katie Morton is so messed up she's so messed up, because how can a licensed therapist just sit there with Eugenia and just blame her friend? Like, not like, it's good to validate Eugenia's feelings, but she should also try to explain the other side, especially since she was the one who told the crew how to get her 5150'd. And it's just like, weren't you the one who encouraged that idea? Weren't you the one that helped? Why didn't you say, no, don't 5150 her, or no, bring it up slower or something? Like, that's just like so fake. Like, I know she's a therapist, but I feel like you're supposed to explain where the other side's coming from, too. I don't know. I really don't know. And Katie just seems like really shady to me. And with Eugenia relapsing, and then Katie's just sitting there making a video with her, and it's just like, how do you not see the problems here? And it just feels like an exploitation of Eugenia for views. Like, it's cool if Eugenia and her had, like, it's in person, but they had to record it, and Katie uploaded it and edited it. It's just like, I feel like if Katie cared, she would have just handled this privately. Like, still hung out with Eugenia, but they would have discussed this somewhere else other than for YouTube. And I just have a lot of problems with Katie Morton, but yeah, I'm gonna get hate from all the fans, and they're gonna be like, probably gonna get banned from the Discord or something. And I know I made that video a long time ago, thanking Eugenia and everyone in the server, but they're just blind, and they never changed. Before, they always kept saying she never had a problem. Um, I'm not innocent either, because I have tried to defend her, but they really do not see a problem. They never saw a problem. They liked her weight, they liked her size, and I never did. I was always scared. I just went along with everyone else. And I was in denial because I wanted Eugenia to just be fine. But everyone else was truly convinced of that, and I feel like they really helped aid her. And all of that. And now that she did admit it, that she went and did a Shane video, now all of a sudden it's, I don't know, all anyone could do is call her a recovery queen. Now that's all anyone can do. But her whole recovery, I do feel like she did try. Some people think that she never tried and it was involuntary, but I still feel like she had some ounce in her trying to recover. Hopefully. I mean, I'd like to think so, because she came back and talked about it like it was more real, instead of just, oh yeah, this is the past. Or she showed her breakfast. She stopped the outfits, but now she doesn't now whenever someone asks to stand up and show her outfit. And once again, I don't want to compare her body or anything, but you can look at a photo from right when she came back and look where she is now, and there's a difference. And I don't want to trigger her with that in case she watches, but yeah. Then all our fans have to say now about the subreddit, which, by the way, I have secretly posted to that subreddit about my feelings, about how I'm worried for Eugenia and stuff like that, but I just always felt too scared to say it under this, because a lot of my friends, and I don't want to get, like, shunned on there, but what's the point? What's the point of worrying about that now? And especially when Eugenia's going back the same path, and all anyone can do is call her a recovery queen. They don't realize she can be a recovery queen, and she was one for a bit, and she can still be one. but all they can see is, oh, she's recovered now. All the problems are suddenly gone now. Like, that's their thought process. Like, oh, it's all good now. There's no problems or anything like that. All that fun stuff. But yeah. And I just was in denial because I still knew, but I was in denial. I was like, Eugenia's still gonna make a turnaround. She's working with therapists. Even if she relapsed, she's gonna go back. But then finding out she's not even seeing a therapist anymore, it's like, it's not looking good for Eugenia. And all anyone can say is she recovered. And maybe this is just me, but I feel like the focus on makeup too, well, even though she no longer showed her outfit, I think the makeup videos would still be a harm to her. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But the shame being like, oh, maybe makeup can be her thing. Like, I feel like she shouldn't focus on anything with fashion, even if it's what she likes. Maybe that's controversial. I don't know. And yeah, I feel like anything where she has to like look at herself or do her appearance or something like that, it's just, yeah. I don't see how it could go good for her, and it clearly hasn't. And I just feel like she went backwards recently. And I keep repeating to myself, I'm sorry. I'm just really scared about this video, honestly. Like, I don't want it, I don't want any hate, really. And I care for Eugenia like a friend. Even though I know she doesn't see me as one, probably, but she's always been nice. Too nice. Unhumanly nice. And it's just really sad to see someone like that, like, suffer so much. And plus, people now, like, people saying stuff now, like, about, like, the Reddit. All anyone can do, all our fans, they say the Reddit's just hateful and don't listen to them, but I feel like the Reddit truly cares. They say some really insensitive as shit things sometimes. I agree. They're a bit, they're a bit insensitive, and some of the posts definitely don't help, but they do care, and I feel like they care more than the ones donating $1,000 every night, $100 every night. The subscribers, they care more than they do, cause they never said a word before. They probably never even thought of anything. And I know this is hypocritical. This was before her recovery. I used to say all that kind of stuff too. Whatever. It's wrong. But I just didn't want to get on her bad side. Because that was my concern. Was it wrong for that to be my concern? Yes. But that was my concern. And I wanted her to still like me. But at this point, I guess I don't really care. I just want her to get better. I want her to leave the internet for like 2 years this time. Go to a real inpatient, see a therapist, see a doctor. In fact, I almost prefer if Eugenia would never have came back. Not because I don't want to see her or hear from her, but because I just feel like coming back to the internet's been so toxic and stressful and just puts her in a bad position where everyone talks about her body, which I mean I'm doing right now technically. But yeah, she needs she needs something else. She needs more treatment. And I hope Eugenia wakes up or something, because I just feel like, I'm just gonna be blunt, I feel like she's gonna die and everyone's gonna be shocked because they just keep calling her a recovery queen. And maybe they were just in denial like I am and they're thinking the same things. But I don't think it would be helpful to start the hate train again. I don't know what would be the most helpful. Because being this nice, being like she's such a recovery queen, like it's so nice, but like it's not helping. Being mean, it's not gonna help. It's like, I don't know if the middle would even help, but we just need somehow, some way to open her eyes, but we don't have superpowers, and I don't have much hope for her, as dark as that sounds. But, I just had to say it that if Eugenia ever watches this, which I doubt, because she probably avoids things like this, but it's not too late. Relapses are okay, but you need to work on yourself. You need therapy. You need a good support system. You should probably leave the internet again. We support you. I at least care more about your health than your videos. Maybe not other people, but those people don't matter. And Jacqueline and Co. aren't evil. They just cared about you like everyone else. And they try to do something, even if you feel like it was kind of out of hand, out of like the left shoulder or something. Like, oh, that was like unexpected, like out of the left hand field. But it's still it's still important to know everyone cares about you, and we want to see you be a recovered queen. But your health's important. You you should probably leave again to go work on yourself. And we don't hate you. We love you. And we just don't want to see you disappear. That is the last thing anyone wants. I'm like weirdly invested into you getting better. I don't know what it is, but I see a lot of myself in you and so do many other people. And we'd all be so proud of you to work on yourself again. And I'm probably just gonna be dismissed as a hater and stuff, but that's how I feel. And I don't think I can say anything else. Because I said all I can say and I can go in circles as many times as I want, but yeah. Um, so that's it for this video. Um, if you like I'd say, check out that video where I tell my story with things. I might also link my eating disorder story down there too. Um, like and subscribe or leave a dislike if you hate me for this, which you can't all you want. Why does it matter anymore? You know. And I'll see you in 2 months when I make a video again. I'm so sorry. Bye bye.